Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're stopping for just a little bit. First, you can see the Nerf bars. They're coming. It's going to be a little bit. Uh, I don't know if it's sprinkling now. It was raining harder. You can see right there. Nice little hole where got the other cab corner to do. I am working on a time lapse for that. Been working on it, I guess. So it'll be a little bit longer on getting that finished up. Yeah, the rain has pretty much shut me down. I don't want to go out and weld in the rain. That seems like a dumb idea. So anyway, something a little weird today. And I don't know exactly how to say it, so I'm just going to tell the story kind of how it is. Happened a few days ago. Still kind of weirded out about it. So in the thumbnail, you would see a house. That's not the house. Just chose a picture of it because I just left, did my work and left with the situation as it was. I didn't want to take pictures at the time or anything like that. So the idea is, what did I see? Was this paranormal? Was this somebody just doesn't know? Is there a squatter there? Although after you hear the story, she can't be a squatter. With her shape and everything, there's just no way that would work out. So here, I'll try to do this quickly, not ramble too long, and then I'd love you guys to give me comments on the video. Like, subscribe, give me ideas. I see about 2,000 people a year in my job. So I have a few stories. This one's probably the creepiest, where I just have no explanation for it whatsoever. So what happened is, part of what the work we do with pest control, going out, spraying homes, we have yearly plans, as well as, the lower grade plans and stuff. So on our yearly plans, we go out X amount of times per year. This particular house, I believe, is 3 times a year. Then there's 5, 6 of us on the road, so it's not like we get out, each person doesn't have a particular route. It's those kind of jobs as everyone takes turns just grabbing them as we go and whatever it is we're going to with scheduled calls, things like that. So this job, I've been out there 8 to 10 times probably in the last 5, 6 years. It is one, I'm kind of in that area a lot with my work, what I specialize in. So that's just one I grab on the list a lot. So I show up and I'm just there to spray the outside. That's part of what our yearly plan is, unless the customer calls us for inside work. We treat from the outside in. So I'm stopping by, gonna do a spray and just a car in the driveway. And so the weird part about this situation is there's never, ever been a car at this house before, ever. It's an old family farm. I didn't realize till a few days ago that this was the farm that was technically, it should be called an estate. But I show up, the car's here, well, this lady comes out. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna call her Jill. So Jill comes out, speaks to me. I was like, oh, it's like, hey, you're always talking about a place. It's like, this is the farm that you take care of. And she's like, yeah. I was like, you didn't know that? I'm like, no, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. I didn't realize this was the actual one. Because we service all of Illinois, basically, but mostly central. And this lady lives an hour, hour and a half away. We take care of her house as well. And she's very talkative, kind of, a little off to where, she's older, the lady's in her 80s. So it's one of those, sometimes you go, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get done. But, sweet lady to talk to. So getting to talking to her and everything, I'm like, well, that's kind of odd. I've just never seen you out here. I always leave a message on the number listed, but there's no voicemail person on there. It's just the number. You leave a voicemail. You never answer. I didn't realize it was you. She's like, well, who did you expect was going to be out here? That's where it was, it kind of caught me off guard. But I was like, well, the one lady that lives here, she comes out about half the time or so. I know for a fact 3 or 4 times. I would probably bank 5 out of the 8 to 10 times. 4 easily that she's come out, sat down, talked to me for a while, and she's a heavy-set gal, older, probably even younger than Jill, and so she got uses a walker, silver hair. Lady comes out, talks to me every time, and so Jill, I tell her this, and she goes, "You just described my mother to a T." I was like, "That's fine with me. Why don't you tell your mom to come on out if she's home, and I'd love to say hi to her, and I gotta get your house sprayed." And she's like, "Well, she's passed," and I'm just dumbfounded because I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, it's like, she's just this winter or something like that." Because I was actually just there this past fall on the last spray of the year, and she's like, "No, she's been gone for 20 years." Huh? No, it's not right. So I'm just dumbfounded, and every time I try to actually ask her about it, she's just, and this is where the air comes from, is she's just talking, and oh, this is part of this is, and goes off subject. She can't keep a straight line on talking. So anyway, get the job done, and I'm just flabbergasted. So I actually call one of the technicians, had came with me on that fall spray. I checked the history on it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it was him. That's why I was here." I think it was partially training and stuff. He's been with us for a couple of years. Turned around and had told him about the situation, and he's like, "Yeah." He goes, and let's see, there was something we did speak about, which he thought was odd as well. He went, that fall spray, she had asked us to come inside and spray the inside. She'd had some spiders and stuff. And he thought not seeing a car in the garage was really, really odd, and no car on the property. And he knew better than they wouldn't be in the barns, this lady in her shape, because no way she could go get a car out of a barn. And he discussed that with me last year, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's like there's never been one. I've sprayed the inside too." And and I had told him then, I was like, the weirdest part was she complained about spiders in the basement back then, and I'm thinking, there's no way. It's like you went down those stairs, and you can't get up the 2 steps to get through the breezeway into the house very easily. But anyway, well, he then mentions, he's like, "Well, there's something else that was really bothering me about that lady, and I just didn't tell you after we spoke about the car." He goes, "Because I don't like those kind of things." But he told me, a few days ago when I called him right after the service, and he goes, "So she started asking me and bothering me on the invoice, what," and was really just wouldn't stop on it. He's like, "Man, just give me a second. He's trying to finish his work." And so he had to just stop what he's doing and go over and talk to her. He's like, "Ma'am, it's like, this is a yearly contract deal. I don't know when it's up. We won't leave you an invoice today. That just gets mailed here. So whenever it's up, it may be this month. It may be you just paid it." He's like, "I don't know. It's we'd have to get on the computer and look at that up." And he goes, "You'll get it here because you live here." And she laughed, an eerie laugh, he said, and goes, "Son, I haven't lived here in years." He's like, "That doesn't even make sense. There's no car here. How did you even get?" It's not like people just drop off a lady in this kind of shape and then every once in a while pick her back up, but she doesn't live here. It doesn't make any sense. And he thought the house was extremely dusty. Just didn't look like anyone lived there. Like maybe it felt like someone sat in front of the TV and that was it. He goes, and it was off. It was just, he had to turn lights on. There was no lights on in the house whatsoever. It's just really weird. So after talking with him about the situation, I'm like, it's got to be, there's 3 sisters that run this family farm. I was like, it's one of the sisters, and the one that I always talk to, or has talked to me through the years at her place. Now running into her, I'm like, it's probably one of our other sisters. So I'm talking to all the technicians that's been there, and except for the one that was with me, no one has ever seen this lady. I was like, I'm done. I have to find, well, one sister lives in the southern states. The other sister lives about 2 or 3 hours north. And the way that Jill always explains it is she has nothing to do with the farm either, much less the one that's way down south. Never has anything to do with the farm. Jill runs the farm. So I got a hold of the extra sister, and she just kind of laughed, and you could literally hear her jaw hit the floor. There was dead silence for quite a while. I'm like, are you still there? I'm really confused. It's got to be you, or it's got to be your sister from down south. I'm just not understanding. Do you have an aunt, cousin, friend, whatever that stops by? But we're not understanding there's no car there. And she said the same thing to me about my mom's been dead for 20 years. And the person you're describing is her. There was no one else that's alive that looks like that. We're all pretty slender. No one uses a walker or cane. And none of us have the really silver white hair. They all have, like molt too. The one in particular, she dyes her hair. She's like, my hair's brown right now, so there's no way it's me. And she goes, I've never let my hair go gray all the way. So, I mean, that's pretty much the sum of the story. Can't wait to get back there. I mean, it's a full season deal. I've got to go there on a yearly basis. So, I would, if I ever see this lady, I'm probably gonna forget about the whole COVID thing and, boom, are you alive? Because it's just really confusing. I've heard of stories like this, but you know, you kind of laugh when you're watching YouTube videos and, oh, it's one of those guys, you know, and they're just trying to get hits and likes. Yes, I would love those, but I'm not doing this. I do this and pest control. I'm not a ghost hunter. I don't go after ghosts, but this is a creepy story that just doesn't make sense to me. Would like other people's comments. Tell me your story if this is something that you've heard of, happened to you directly. It's just one of those things. Hey, I do have some more. I got a couple creepy stories. I got a Russian story that owned a house I did an inspection on. That one's pretty interesting. But give me some comments, some likes. Let me know if you want to hear more of this, along with my. Oh, door just blew open. Another creepy thing, right? Along with my building. I've still got a couple more bugs videos. I've got a bug videos to get on. Love my termites and stuff. That's my main one. I'm sure that's kind of boring to most people. It's springtime, so hopefully we get some really good hornet nests and stuff like that to get some good video of. Hopefully not as bad as the one video where they came after me for videoing. For some reason, they're really attracted to the sound of video. I did not realize that till after I got stung, and then I was kind of looking it up. I was like, it's always funny. They always attack like GoPros and cameras and stuff when they're on, because there's no mechanical noise. It's a electrical noise. We can't hear it, but bugs can hear it. So hopefully we get some more of those. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know some stuff, and you guys have a good day.